my channel, everybody. Today I am in Georgia at the West Point Lakeside Trail, I believe it's called. In this video, I'm going to go briefly into what the Appalachian Trail is, when I heard about it, and when I decided I needed to hike it. In the meantime, come along with me on this journey. So stay tuned for this video. I am looking forward to exploring a new trail. So I'm going to flip you guys around and show you what I'm working with. What the Appalachian Trail is, for those who may not know, is that it is a 2,198.4, I believe, mile trail that spans across 14 states. It starts in Georgia and then it goes all the way up into Maine. So the average time it takes for someone to hike it is 6 months. There are 3 different ways that you can approach the Appalachian Trail. You can go northbound, which is going from Georgia to Maine. You can go southbound, which is where you would start in Maine and work your way down towards Georgia. And then there's a flip-flop option where you start at any point in the trail and work your way in one direction and then flip-flop back to where you started and go the opposite direction. So for instance, my goal is to start in Harpers Ferry. I would work my way up north and then flip back down to Harpers Ferry and flop going south, if that makes sense. I'm going to keep on hiking, and then when I get to another resting point or a part where I have to cross mayhem, I will go into when I heard about the Appalachian Trail and when I knew I wanted to hike. Talk about when I heard about the Appalachian Trail and when I decided I wanted to hike it. My mom had talked about it. She mentioned it in 2013. I had no idea that it existed, so I was not really curious about it. I think I asked her questions, but I'm not really sure. But she said something about how it was a trail that people would hike and they would sleep outside. And at the time I thought, well, why would anybody want to do that? The adventurous side of myself was also curious a little bit. But it wasn't until I was visiting my grandmother in Maryland, and she lives about 45 minutes from Harpers Ferry. And we were walking through the town and visiting the shops, and we went into the resupply shop and we walked down to where the train track is, and we walked that. We were walking it and this guy passed. When I saw him and saw some of the other hikers that were stopping through, it was then that I realized I wanted to do it. For whatever reason, that sparked this interest in wanting to accomplish this goal. So I started watching videos, came across, I believe, Quicksand first. Started watching all of his videos. He had started southbound, and looking at all of Maine and New Hampshire, Vermont, Connecticut, New York. Like, I was like, I have to do this. The scenery that he would show, the views, like, it just drew me in. I don't remember like why I decided to think, oh, I need to hike the trail. But I realized that I wanted to make that a goal this next year. So I had plans to start saving up money. I started hiking and was ready to prepare myself for the Appalachian Trail. And then I up and quit my job. If you want more information on that and why, you can go back and watch the last video. Once you have this idea set in your head, it's hard not to feel excited or giddy about even being close to the trail. Crossing through Harper's Ferry, I was literally so tempted to just get out there and hike. I'm sure other people can relate. I know my mom still has strong desires to hike it in its entirety and not just do a section hike. Like, once the seed is planted to hike this trail, I don't think it ever goes away. All right, I'm gonna turn you guys around. We're gonna keep headed back. It's still cloudy and muggy, but hasn't rained yet, so thank you, Jesus. So I wasn't on Turkey Hill Trail, Turkey Run Trail, whatever. I was on the nature trail. I really want to do it. It's 4.7 miles. I don't know. It's looking kind of cloudy. I'm gonna check the weather and see, because that's what I really wanted to do. So, to do it or not to do it, that is the question. I don't want to not have wisdom in situations like this, so I always want to be wise. I will keep y'all updated. Okay, so I'm on the Turkey Run Trail. Well, as you can tell, I'm closer to the ground. Stepped on a rock that I didn't see. Rolled my ankle, I guess. Fun times. Alright, here we go. I was feeling all confident and going and making progress and enjoying this little trail. And thought my goal was to be one of few hikers to not fall on the Appalachian Trail or on any trail. And, well, that goal is no longer viable. They give you an option of doing the more difficult one or the easiest one. Can you guess which way I'm gonna go? Leave a guess down in the comments. I'm interested to see how many think I decided to do the easiest trail. Just to prove that I'm not going the easy route, which is that direction. More difficult. Granted, I guess you still technically have to take my word for it, because I could just turn the camera off and walk back to the easy trail, but I'm not gonna do that. tornadoes will come nigh my being, as it is a dwelling place for you. I would keep pushing because that was my goal, but it's gonna start raining in 30 minutes. While rain is one thing, again, I mentioned earlier, we're under a tornado watch, so that's a different situation. So I'm gonna walk back down this roadway and figure out how to get back to my car. Made it 4 miles today, which is frustrating in the sense that I had to quit early. I made the decision to walk towards my car because I still had a long part of the trail to do, and the weather app said that the rain had moved up to earlier, and it was going to be raining in like 30 minutes or whatever. So I started walking to my car, and one of the park ranger maintenance people stopped and was like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm just walking back to my car." She's like, "Well, come and get in because it's about to start pouring down rain." I started driving home. My map popped up a notification that said that there was a tornado warning in the area, and as I was driving, the sirens were going off. So I ended up hightailing it the opposite direction, only to find out that was the direction of the storms. So I pulled into a gas station. So that's a wall cloud. There was a tornado warning that was issued, and so now I'm sitting in the parking lot of a gas station because Rochelle does not play with tornadoes, and waited until the major part of it passed, and then I made my way home. I'm glad that everything worked out and I was safe. That's the most important thing. Safety above miles is always important, so we will schedule a time soon to get back out there and do the trail. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I have a lot of videos planned out, a lot of hikes to do. Make sure to check out some of my other videos. I'll try to link them in a card at the end. But until next time, I will catch you guys in the next video. The next video will either be a gear review or another hike. So stay tuned, and they will be on their way. Have a good week.